Greetings, campers. What the hell's going on here? Well, it's been a while since I posted a video on YouTube. What happened was, I am not a fitness buff, and I really don't keep myself in shape all the time. And I always come hiking season just try to put it together. And this 2023 summer, spring, I just wasn't feeling it. It was like my body just said, "You're not going to be hiking this year." A lot of that was my feet talking. My feet, I've got a neuropathy. My feet are numbish a lot, and if something pokes the bottom of my foot, it can be totally debilitating. If it's a really hard poke like that, just the thought of that. If someone did that in the wrong place at the bottom of my foot, I couldn't walk for a day. Anyway, that and general laziness told me that I just wasn't I'm just not doing it. So I'm not just gonna not go out into the wilderness. And I don't like hiking. I don't like walking. So driving up and just hiking around has never been my thing. I've always hiked with a backpack because that's the only way you can get to those cool places that I wanted to go to. And it was fine. But now I'm just too damn old for this shit. That's the way it feels. That's the way it felt 2023. I just wasn't going to do it anymore. Turn on lights. So I thought I would jump into tent camping, car camping, which is something I really never did. I knew very little about that, but I just jumped right in, and I was having fun with it. I went to first I did a boondocking thing on Wrights Lake Road. I've seen people parked on the side of Wrights Lake Road, right where Lions Creek crosses over, and I always wondered what the hell they were doing there. I figured they were playing in the water or something like that, but then I realized, no, they're camping there. And that just seemed dumb to me. I mean, why would you camp right on Wrights Lake Road? There's a big campsite down the road. People going to be driving back and forth all the time? But as I considered it, I realized, especially then, which was November 2023. Is that right? My dates have been all messed up since COVID. But in November, I went up there. The first bit of snow was on the ground. Oh my God, it was wonderful. It was cold, but it was really beautiful. I really enjoyed. Of course, I was right on the road there, and 100 feet off the road is a little campsite, little fire circle and stuff. And I had a great time there, although it was just too damn cold, and I just burned a ton of wood because it was, I'd get up first thing in the morning and burn. So I just spent one night there the first time. Loved it though. And that was with using my car as a camper, which everybody who has a little SUV wants to do that. And some people can make it work. I didn't quite make it work. At least not in bear country where it was cold, where you had to be in control of your food and there's no food locker there. And you just have that one vehicle. It felt awfully cramped, and man, was it cold. Later, I found a fabulous tent. Just kind of browsing around. I don't even know how I stumbled upon it, but I found this great tent. A pop-up tent, 6 foot 10 inches tall. You could walk in and just be like a room. And eventually I had a cot set up in there with my little pad and stuff. It was pretty cool. And I went to I went to Yosemite Valley twice in the winter, January, I think it was, being very careful of the weather reports and making sure that there was no icy snow or chain requirements. I guess I was in December or January, and then I went again in the spring around March or April. And then it got too hard to get campsites in the valley, but I got campsites at Bridal Veil. Is that what it's called? Bridal Veil campsite, I think that's what it's called. And Porcupine Flat, and northern Yosemite, north of the valley. I like both of those, so it was nice. Some were better, some experiences were better than others. It's tent camping, and I've never done that, and I'm not used to cars right on top of each other, campers right on top of each other. It was really bad in some of these places that I went. I also went to Sequoia, Kings Canyon. I camped with Fujita and Mark up in Tahoe. They're turning into an annual thing. Did a lot of camping in that tent. Really liked it. But I got a bug up my butt. It's all YouTube's fault. To get a little pop-up camper. I liked camping in the winter, but it's too damn cold. Long story short, long story long, I'm sitting in my little camper here. I went out and bought me a little camper. I'm not going to give you a full tour right now because I'm pooped. This is my first time taking it out, and it's somewhat terrifying to pull the trailer if you've never done it before. Not to mention my general anxiety issues. I can think myself into an anxiety fit. And doing this trailer entailed learning all about trailers, learning about connecting trailers, learning about brake controllers for your trailers, learning about batteries, learning about solar power, on and on and on and on. It's all the stuff that I had to like master in order to just do this, my first excursion. I'm in a little state park. Somebody's out there. It's a cat. There's a little state park, McConnell State Recreation Area. A little bit south of Modesto, a few miles off of Highway 99, along the Merced River. And this is a small campground and day use area, open year-round. There's nobody here at all. A ranger pulled up and asked me if I was camped here legally, and I said I was, and blah, blah, blah. And that was it. I saw a couple day use people here when the sun was still up. They're gone. So I'm settling in for my first night in my little trailer. Pretty damn excited. I got over the terror of driving. There's a lot about that. I'll tell more later. But I love this little thing. This is an A-liner. I will describe it to you. I'm not going to show it to you. Maybe I'll do video over. This is a hard-sided pop-up camper. It collapses down to a flat thing. It pops up into an A-frame. Plus an extra bit of roof that's not A-frame. A dormer, it's called. My car doesn't have much tow capacity, so it's a tiny little trailer, but it's getting close to my limit. But I drove it down just fine. 55 to 62 miles an hour, just hanging out with the trucks in the slow lane. Worked just fine. The hard part was going slow. And it's really weird pulling a trailer. You go over a bump and you feel an echo of that bump when the trailer goes over it. And if it's a big bump, the trailer will pull and push against you. It feels weird. You feel like the whole world is going to fall apart for a split second, then it just goes back to normal. So I bought a stripped down model, a little Scout, and it even has more stuff than I want in it. It has, well, it has this dormer thing, which was a big deal. And above the minimal, it has a little refrigerator, and it has an air conditioner, which I really didn't want. I didn't think it'd be much of a deal getting it, but I want to remove it because I'll probably never use it. And on this side of the trailer is a little dinette section. Little booth 2 could theoretically sit here, but not really. This cushion goes to the other side, which has been completely dismantled because one of my... The reason I wanted a stripped down model is researching trailers. You learned that the last thing you want to do is bring your trailer into a trailer sales place to have it worked on, because it'll be there for months. I'm not kidding. Look it up. It's not like bringing in your car in for work, especially if it's warranty work. Forget it. So I didn't want to have anything that would break down. I didn't want any extra stuff that would break down, like a heater, like a refrigerator that'll run off of propane, like propane. I have no propane in this setup. But I want it to be warm. It's quite cold right now, and after I'm done with this video, I'm going to turn on my heater and see how it works. My heater is this elaborate, fancy Chinese diesel heater. It's sitting on a little table outside, and I created this really funky looking vent system to vent it inside through the other seat. There's a little access door. There's storage under the seats. There's a little access door over there to access that storage. Geese. Sounds like they're just landing here. Nice. So I leave the door there open, and I made a little wall there for venting tubes, so my heater can vent hot air in here. Yeah, that's that thing by itself is another long story that I'm not going to get into. In fact, I'm done storytelling right now. I'm kind of tired, and I don't want to be rambling. I think I'm going to turn on my heater and see if I can get warm. I'm on a little walk here. This is site number 4. Interesting place to be in the morning. It is so foggy. And I was so sure that it was raining in the morning. But it's just that I'm parked right under a tree, and all the dew in the tree was dropping onto my car. And I'm not finding a good path to the river here. So I'm just wandering. So I ended up going away from the river, it turns out. And here is a very obvious boundary. There is an orchard with sprinklers way all over the place. Over there and over here, grassland. But looks like I should find an easier path back to the water over here. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier. Hope nobody minds. Ooh, gloomy. That's the sun at 11 o'clock. Wild kitties looking for something to eat. They're pretty brave. I've been out there working on wood and shooing them away, and they just keep coming back. They know that where there's people, there's goodies. But I have nothing for them. This might be the mama. That's a bigger cat, and it's not unfriendly to the smaller ones. Coyotes are going nuts. Kind of far away, you might not hear it. I heard coyote in the park here. It was 100 yards away, maybe, something like that. One or two. Pretty cool. Nice fire here. Just had a yummy, tasty burger, and I'm feeling really good. Actually, I'm really slouching in my chair. That kind of good, you know. I'm having a good stay here. It is kind of weird. It's kind of like staying in a public park. And just letting me stay here. Sheriff's patrol or ranger came by a little while ago, and we chatted. She was a nice gal, and I got the place all to myself 2 nights in a row. It's really weird. Well, it's not weird as there's nobody here in the middle of December, in the middle of the week. There were a few day use people having some fun, but I mean just a handful. But at night it's all mine. Me and the cats and the coyotes. They're no doubt looking for the cats. That's all I had. Coyotes were going crazy. I thought it might have been fun to listen to that, but it was kind of far away. I'll catch them if they come closer. I've seen all kinds of different nuisance animals at campsites, but never cats. These guys were all over the place. One of them, where is he? He's not here. One of them shocked me last night. Poked his head up over the fire circle, the steel barrel that they use for a fire ring. I was sitting on one side of it, and all of a sudden this little cat head pops up on the other side of it, paws on top of the fire circle. It must have burned his paws. I don't know what he was thinking. He was a youngster. Some of these guys are less than a year old. They sure are cute though. But I am strong. Oops, I am not succumbing to temptation. Boy, I'm bad at this today. I eagerly await my return. They're not terribly afraid of me. They were in my camp last night. They won't let me approach, of course, and they won't come near me. Hi, go guys. Aren't you cute? So cute. Oh yeah. Well, I was planning to stay here, have a nice, long, leisurely stay. But it rained all night. It was pouring down rain, and I am so thankful that I'm not packing up a wet tent or dealing with a wet tent or considering a wet tent. But then again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the fact that I had a new trailer that I wanted to try out. But that stuff happens. I wasn't expecting rain. I wasn't really watching the weather that close. It said no rain up until recently, and then it said maybe some rain on Thursday, which is today. Not, well, I guess that was this morning when it started pouring. Also, a group of jerks came flying through here at 2 a.m. I don't know what they were doing. They were banging stuff. They were making noise. They were hooting and hollering. They drove by the loop as fast as they could. They saw me. They're honking. 2 o'clock in the morning. Ugh. Why are people assholes? I don't get it. I probably understood it better when I was young. Anyway, I don't want to be bitching right now. I just need to get stuff packed up, get some food, get on out of here. And I want to be out of here by 11. I don't think that's not going to happen now. I want to be out here as soon as possible. All right. Bye-bye.